Um, Stella's in heat, so I got to make sure that her and crew don't, you know. Um, I this is actually something that didn't just pop into my head randomly. This is something that I've actually been thinking about for a good long while. Like childhood, maybe. Um, why? I mean, Carl Jung, for the most part, has established that it's a person's shadow. It's the insecurity of everything that you expose in them. They see the imperfections of themselves when you are doing something that they knowingly avoid because they know that they can't do. Um, this has nothing to do with a person's insecurities with what I'm about to talk about. This has everything to do with genetics, with human history, with everything. Because the lens that I am asking this question through is not the lens of a normal human being. All right. This is from a lens of somebody who was born disabled. And for the most part, there is only one category for people like me, and that is we play the victim. We have our families help us. We okay. You can go in there, bud. You know, you have our families help us and take care of us because we can't take care of ourselves and anything else. And anytime somebody like me tries to stand up and do it for themselves, it's always the same response. Oh, that's cute. Good for him. When it doesn't directly affect them. But when it does, something very significant happens. There is what's the best word? Resentment, I guess you would say. There's like a resentment for that person. Like, how dare you? And it very much similarly follows the same path that Jung outlined when somebody is going from the shadow phase to the integration phase of trying to discover who they really are and be true to themselves. It's very similarly the same process, at least that I've noticed in my life, as that. When a disabled person stands up, when they do it for themselves, okay, that's good. But then that disabled person, if a normal person comes along and tries to threaten or tries to deny or demolish or whatever, what that person is doing because they feel insecure for whatever reason, it can become physical. Who do you think you are? You think you're special? But here's the thing that's different from the integration phase of what Jung talks about, from going from basically unaware to aware. There's something much deeper at play. And I kind of talked about this, I think yesterday or the day before. I kind of teased it, but I really want to go in hard on it because I've spent some time now looking up to see if there's any research, if there's anything whatsoever out there that describes this. There's nothing. What is it about a disabled person that makes you feel so insecure when they get up and try to do something? Is it the fact that you automatically assume you're better than them and if you can't do it, they can't? Is it like, oh, they're feeling themselves, they need to be reminded where they are on the food chain? Is it that kind of insecurity? Like, and the more I've thought about this, the more that I've stayed grounded and actually tried to find a logical reasoning answer behind all this, it always, to me at least, comes back to one thing. Up until a couple hundred years ago, you would toss people like me off cliffs because people like me are a detriment to the herd, to the family, to the society, culture. A straggler can get everyone killed. And somebody who was born to never walk, never run, never play sports, never do anything that a normal human being can do, dares to do those things. On a genetic, fundamental level, because whether you want to admit it or not, you look at people like me as a detriment. You look at people like me as we will hold you behind. And if one person, even one, decides to stand up and say, fuck you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be just as good as you, you can't have that. You take that as a threat. That's why anytime I walk into a room, you can feel it. There's just this isolation to everything. Oh, it's him. Because the human subconscious for thousands and thousands of years has said, people like me will get you killed. People like me will be the reason everything comes down. We have to get rid of the weak so the strong survive, so our civilization survives, so our humanity as a whole will survive. You know, like anybody X-Men fans out here, it's basically like living by Apocalypse's rules. And I break those rules because who do you think you are? Do you think you're special? Well, on a fundamental level, I am special, because to be diagnosed, to never walk, to never have adequate function of your body, and then dare to say, no, fuck you, I'm gonna crawl, and then I'm gonna walk, and then I'm gonna run, and then I'm gonna play sports, and then I'm gonna medal in sports, and then I'm going to live a normal life, regardless of whatever it costs me and whatever the pain of me choosing to stand up and move forward. Because it's not psychological pain, it's literal. If you go and look up a grade 4 person that has cerebral palsy, their tendons are so tight, their whole body contracts upon themselves. Do you know how much work it takes to undo that over your life? Do you know how much work it takes after you get to that point to keep yourself at the top of that mountain, especially when you're in your like mid-40s now and your body wants to, and it's not just normal like everyday human shit of a mid-40s guy like losing dexterity and no, it's a fucking car crash. It is a fucking car crash every goddamn day. I can get up and walk and I am winded because there's something that comes with grade 4 cerebral palsy that you can walk 2 feet and it feels like you ran a mile. It feels like you ran 10 miles. You can pick up a box that weighs maybe 20 pounds, put it on your shelf, and suddenly you feel like you're having a heart attack. So yes, For all of those insecure motherfuckers out there, do I think I'm special? No, I know I'm special because there is maybe 1, 2, 3 like actual legitimate documented cases of somebody that was diagnosed at this level and was able to force themselves to this level. What people don't understand about that is okay, good, you can do what you want, good for you, blah 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 blah.
Here he comes.
The pain, the restriction, everything that if you look up what grade 4 actually means, even though I can operate at what they call it grade 1, higher than that, I'm fucking disabled Batman, I swear to God. There's still that pain, there's still that restriction. It burns like your body is on fire. And this upon itself, as much as it drives me insane, and a lot of people would like to say like, oh, you're imbalanced, like you don't have all your faculty. Live in my body for 1 day. Live in my body for 1 day and tell me if you could think straight or you could think clearly in that much pain just because you choose to stand up. And I might say, I make it look fucking good. But there's still everything about that. And I don't know if no one really watches this, so I don't know if any specialists or doctors or anything have ever considered this, but I would love somebody to run a study about the long buried, like, genetic things that we haven't, I don't know an appropriate layman way of explaining it, so I'm sorry for the shitty way I'm doing it right now. But I would like to see somebody do a study to see if there's any grounds or any basis and any kind of truth, like factual truth in what I'm talking about. Like, is that where resentment and insecurity come from at some level? Like, not just like you seeing somebody do something you can't, but somebody that shouldn't be able to do that at all is doing something you can't do. Does that trigger that genetic, like, we need to toss him off a cliff so we all can survive kind of shit? Or what? I don't know. It's just, it's been ruminating in my head. Like, is the constant hate that I get simply because I choose to exist, simply because I dare to live like the rest of you? It's honestly a good question.